Hi everyone, Bandanner here, and welcome back to the RTS Cast and Stuff channel. Remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Today, we have our second game with Nihilio and BigD. Nihilio over on the left, this time in blue, playing as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers, and over on the right in red, we have BigD playing as the 27th. Sort of labelled now as the division that's taken over from the 39th. And obviously we've seen the forward deployment and airborne divisions be a bit stronger this patch as well, so we'll see how this pans out. Let's have a quick look at what everyone's got down. You will notice I've turned off the in-game music and I've gone back to my standard music just because at the end of that last game my head was hurting a little bit and I would rather be able to cast the game properly, and we can always have the in-game music on another time. So, let's have a look at what BigD has down for the 27th. First, we have a BMP3 heading up to the back point here. Always important to cap that early on. Even if you don't push all the way up here, always important to get the back point. Have some Razvedka here in the BMP2 heading up towards the buildings there. And then the vehicle heading up to the forest. Have an Mi-24 AA heading straight up to the front. And then we have a huge chunk of units here. What do we got? Let's have a zoom in. We have Igla, T-80BV, BVK, a Strela and a Tor, sorry. Motorstrelky and another Motorstrelky in the BMP3s. So obviously the BMP3s moved to the 27th. And basically it's a big push up here. So BigD is going for the all-in one side push. That can be extremely effective. I stress can be extremely effective. I think it was more effective on the original version of this map because on that version there were back points as well. So if you did an aggressive push here, you push through to the next point and then into their back point as well. That's not quite as easy here. You can push from this one into this one, fine, but then there's no back point. And then down here, some would argue that you're better off pushing this aggressively and then trying to get back into alpha later. Everyone has different feelings on this, is the answer to that, though. So, Nihilio over at this side, playing as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers. We've got the sharpshooters heading up to this town or industrial area. We've got some Fallschirmjäger heading, quite aggressively up to those front lines. We've got a weird amount of units here. Some Fallschirmjäger and a sharpshooter. And these guys are getting... Okay, so he's going into Delta and the recon look like they're going into the middle. Got a couple of looks further back here, and those are going round the bottom here, aggressively pushing this way. That's going to be a quick hunt to just keep pushing up. And in fact, hang on. If I zoom in, you can see they're actually quick hunting up to here and then across to here to try and get in the side of any units that would be coming from BigD. Good positioning. A couple of looks at this far side as well, and those ones aggressively pushing again through into alpha. They're going to meet some resistance. Got scimitars and we have 4 scimitars and a Jäger auf Clara, and all of them are pushing up to here. This is a really interesting opening. We've got a load of Marder Milans with the Panzer Grenadiers in. Panzer Grenadiers aren't great. They're a very small squad. And all of those guys are pushing up to Delta. And then we have a couple of Jaguars. And a couple of Gepards. I'm trying to grab all of those Jaguars. There we go. Just want to see where they're going. All over this side. So basically we're in a situation where Nihilio is kind of going aggressively towards Delta and Charlie, but he's also being quite aggressive at this side. Now I wonder if that's to make BigD think that he's also going in aggressively here, and doing an all-in push at that side. This is going to be really interesting to see how each player reacts to this. I'm trying to decide in my head if Nihilio is kind of expecting this opening from BigD and is deliberately being overly aggressive towards Alpha to counter that push in hope that BigD decides, oh, I won't push Bravo then. There's obviously a lot of units there. This is, yeah, I'm curious what BigD does and if this actually plays out in that fashion. To that end, I'm spinning us around because the early game fight is going to be up here. And this is where we want to be focused, I think, because down at the bottom, Nihilio has the bottom of the map. Now, the other question is, how aggressive can Nihilio be here? Because if he caps all of this, locks it down, he could technically just push straight to that back point, and there'll only be the command BMP2K in his way. Unless we see all the first reinforcements. Yeah, the first reinforcements are getting called in over there. So we got a Mot Razvedka being called in there in a BMP2. We'll see. This is going to be interesting just to see what BigD does at this side. Mi-24 pushing up quite far there. Interesting to see helicopters being brought out at the start again, because they're still not amazing by any means. Certainly taking a lot of fire from those looks. It's going to go down. The Fallschirmjäger are joining in as well. Did manage to rout one of those looks, but this is looking pretty good for Nihilio here. Those Fallschirmjäger obviously are able to just push up. The reinforcements are arriving. Don't get me wrong. The Fallschirmjäger and this looks are about to die. They are going to die. However, I'm wondering if it's enough to stop BigD pushing. That is the big question here. It might not be. He's got a lot of units there. He's capping that point now. Currently a +1 to BigD. BMP3 pushing in against the Jaeger there. Oh, wow. Both BMP3s immediately annihilated by those guys. Youch. Panzer Force 3 with 21 pen. Devastating against that 5 front armor. I think they still have 5 front armor, the BMP3s. Over at the far corner of the screen there, you see those looks have really pushed up very far. That's to see off anything coming this way. They're going to engage that BMP2. Okay, BigD is still pushing. He hasn't been fooled too much. He is still pushing. Going around the top. Quite sensible. Not going straight into the tree line. Nihilio is being quite aggressive at the other side. There's a BMP3. Sorry, I really want to see this BMP3. Still has 5 front armor. It does still have 5 front armor. It just flashed up for a split second. Is it still there? Yeah, it is. We can pop it up again. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to make sure it still had that 5 front armor. So the reinforcements have arrived here. All those Marders with Panzer Grenadiers that have come in. Now, the T-80 BVs still win this fight until those Panzer Grenadiers get close. Currently a +2 to BigD. The other side of the map slowly being locked down by Nihilio. BMP2 not faring too well here. Looks like it's going to go down to the Marders and the Lux. T-80 gets a nice hit on a Marder though. I mean, yeah, there we go, dead. As I say, T-80 is really, really strong at the moment for the price. Going to make short work of all these vehicles. The scarier thing is probably the infantry. A little bit of fighting going on the other side. Nothing too exciting though. Leo 2A3 coming in the other side. I mean, why would you bother? 16 front armor now. Nowhere near as effective at motion firing. It's down to the same as every other tank in the NATO arsenal. Poor Leo 2A3s. They really got the Nerf hammer hard. Nihilio looking pretty good at the moment. The two tanks remain alive. The Strela remains alive, but those Motostrelki not looking too healthy right now. Jaguars moving across the middle of the map to respond to these T-80s. And those Marders tearing apart the Motostrelki over here. Looking pretty good for Nihilio in terms of map control now. 34 minutes left of this game. It already feels like a little bit of an uphill battle for BigD. That said, at the end of the day, BigD is playing 27th. So he can do the hold off, build up and push in. But he's got to hold the line now. He can't let Nihilio take any more ground. He's got to lock this down. Obviously, the way to do that is with masses of T-80 BVs and just lock everything down. Another loss of a BMP3 there with the infantry still inside to the Marder Milans at the other side of the screen there. Not ideal. T-80 BVK here taking fire from the Jaguars now. Jaguars looking for a kill on this command tank and may well get it here. And down it goes. That is a nasty loss. Not a good engagement. Not a good engagement at all. T-80 BV at this side. Engaging on the infantry, but is going to be swarmed soon. It is not designed for close range engagement with those Panzer Grenadiers. But, as I said at the start, Panzer Grenadiers are only a 5-man squad. So the tank does rip them apart in this situation. Do not underestimate how strong a tank can be against these small squads. Just needs to stop them getting close. That one's close enough to open fire. BMP3 and the T-80 BV have arrived at the left of the screen there, pushing in against that Jaguar. Jaguar gets yet another kill on the BMP3 though. That Jaguar needs to be focused down desperately. Looking for a kill on this T-80 BV as well. Oh, beautiful hit. Leo 1A5 coming in. Already badly damaged, but may get the final blow here. Oh, it misses. So does the T-80 BV. The Jaguar is finally down. That Leo is just going for it. Why not? Could be a free kill. The T-80 BV busy firing at the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, and the T-80 goes down to the Leo 1A5. That is not good. T-80 BVK arriving here. Expensive tank losses for BigD at the start of this game. Just under 32 minutes left. Down goes the Leo 1A5. Now, don't get me wrong. T-80 should be absolutely annihilating these 1A5s right now. But I'm much more concerned about what's going on over here. Look at this push. Nihilio is pushing through to the back point. He's already got the infantry most of the way there. Open ground they've just crossed. Masses of open ground. There's nothing there to stop them. No response from any aircraft or helicopters here. Nothing firing long range. Other than those Marder Milans, which are able to fire at the BMP3s here. And this could be another kill. Oh, a nice hit. Not a kill, but a nice hit. Marder Milans really doing some damage here. Back at this side, the Leo 1A5s have mostly been ripped apart. Managed to scare off the Iltis command as well. That Leo 2A3 trying to take on a T-80 BV. Not happening, I'm afraid. That T-80 BV easily wins this fight now. One more hit for the kill. Smokes off. A wise decision. It is not going to win that fight. Over at this side of the map, though. Nihilio is on the move. He's pushing aggressively across the center of the map. This could cut off the reinforcements to what is now the left-hand side of the screen. He can lock all of this area down. Pushing right across to this tree line. BMP3 still in action here. Marder taking a nasty hit. Obviously can't fire back. It is out of missiles. Decides to retreat. Not great for these infantry going up against the BMP3 now. Which may get the final blow on the Marder. Nope, misses. Infantry in here have managed to kill the BMP2K that was still in the point. BigD's Motostrel keep pushing through there. There we go. Finally a chopper called in to deal with these infantry. There's two fights going on at the moment. The other fight is over at this side. where Big D is trying to hold with dwindling forces against constant reinforcements from Nihilio. He's got a Leo command coming in now. T-80BV is not looking healthy. The BVK, a little bit better off, but takes a nasty hit from a missile there from the Jaguar 2. These Jaguars really paying for themselves this game. Leo 203 command, finishing off the Marder Strelke in the building, and there's the Jaguar. Oh, it misses. Jaguar pushing up, looking perhaps for a kill on the T-80BV at this side now. Over at this side of the map. Those Marder Strelke have died. The infantry still secure. I'm surprised we haven't seen a command rushed up to this point yet. Though there is still a BMP3 roaming around in the center of the screen here. Over at this side. Big D's in trouble. He's lost that command tank. The T-80BV is almost dead. He's got one squad of reinforcements arriving here, but there's quite a few units still alive and pushing in from Nihilio. Jaeger squad's not looking good though, but he's still got the Leo 203, a Gepard, Leo 105. As long as it stays at range, it'll be okay. That Jaguar 2 roaming around a bit. The infantry here really has tied up Big D as well. He's really focused on it, and it's allowing Nihilio to really cause issues. Mi-24 AT at the top there has had to pull back because of the Gepard being moved up by Nihilio up there. I'm trying to keep our eyes on what's happening down here, because this is going to be the moment the game switches over, I think. If Big D loses this point, I think that'll be the surrender, because he's going to lose this point. That command's already in there. However, you know, it's close to his side. There's potential he can retake this easily by just flooding units in, because there's a long supply line to this point for Nihilio. But Big D needs to hold on to that far side. If he loses that, then while he's trying to retake this, Nihilio is going to push the top of the map there and just sweep through. And that'll be game. So he needs to hold on there. It's now going to be a case he needs to bring in some reinforcements at the top. And he needs to bring in some reinforcements down here. He's going to have to split his forces. Where I don't think we'll see a huge amount more called in for Nihilio here. He'll just move up his forces the further back and try and lock down this area. Over at this side, Marder Strelke hanging on by a thread. Look at them, the poor things. Jaeger pushing through the forest there. Another Leo 203 coming in, and more reinforcement infantry coming in as well. Again, these Marder Milans absolutely wrecking stuff this game. Getting so many kills on BMPs. I'm quite impressed that their missiles are hitting so much. This thing is fully ranked up, by the way. That is elite right now. I don't think it came in as elite. I'm pretty sure it's just killed enough that it's elite. I was trying to see if there's another one knocking around so I could compare. I'm pretty sure that thing didn't come in as elite. Good use of infantry by Nihilio here. I'm surprised he's getting it across open ground so much. Loads of Pioneer armbusts coming in here. This is for their anti-infantry capability as well as anything else. But also they have great anti-vehicle. They're very spammable. Look at these things. Big squad. Lots of firepower for anti-infantry. But also they have that armbust, which is very fast firing. And it's not going to penetrate the tanks very easily. But it's going to make short work of the BMPs, hopefully. Unfortunately, they are out in the open against all these BMPs and taking a lot of fire. Those BMPs also have the grenade launchers. So they do have a bit of a blast radius. Good at stressing out enemy units. Good push here from Nihilio, though. He's losing a lot of those infantry. But he should get in. Literally now, It's just one squad of infantry and a BMP2AG stopping Nihilio getting into that point. In this game, as I say, as soon as that side collapsed, and obviously the focus became for BigD to retake this side of the map. You can see all of his units are coming in there now, but losing the top end of the map, or what's now on the left of our screen, is really bad, because it just means Nihilio is going to push through. There's nothing at the back point either, so he's going to push through here, get into this back point, and even if BigD manages to retake here, he's not going to have enough forces to retake the top part of the map in the amount of time left before Nihilio gets those points. I think he's really going to struggle. Don't get me wrong, look at this. There is nothing here for Nihilio. But I'm just not sure how aggressive BigD will be. You can see now reinforcements being called in to lock this down for Nihilio. But I have this thing in my head that I just can't see BigD being super aggressive. And the top end of the map here has fallen. The command and everything pushing straight through into the next point. +5 will soon be +6 and +7. There's the +6, soon to be a +7. Command coming in here though to retake this back point. But the problem is BigD needs to keep moving. He has to just keep moving here. If he stalls in this back point, it's going to allow enough time for all these reinforcements to come in down here for Nihilio, and BigD is not going to get in there. Tornado coming in to take out the Mi-24 that would have given away if there was something there or not. Down it goes. Wasn't even aiming straight at it, just whiffed a missile off to the side. All the way up to a +8 currently for Nihilio, as he's still got this point. I thought it would have been recapped by now. A +8 is quite impressive on this map. It's every point. 22 minutes left of this game. I just don't know if BigD can do anything here. He's kind of stalled at this point to recap it. There's way too much at the top for him to push there now. Alpha is very much secured by Nihilio, and down here is going to be locked down as well. All those Leo 185s arriving, the strikers coming in, anti-air coming in. Yeah, and there's the surrender. Sorry, BigD. That was a rough game again. Very well played to Nihilio. Very well played. Very aggressive, pushing into BigD's back point. As I said, I wondered if he might do that. He didn't plow straight through immediately. He took his time a little bit, but he got there. And obviously, just overwhelmed. Much closer in kills to losses this time, though. Look at that Marder 1A3 Milan. Look at that thing. So they came in at veteran, and one of those got all the way up to elite. That is really impressive. That T80 was ripping stuff apart. T80 BV. Look at the T80 BVs. They killed so much stuff. They were doing such a good job. But they did not survive long enough. Good game again. Much better on the kills to losses this time for BigD, but Nihilio takes the wins. Thank you very much everyone for joining me. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more Warno.